With all our hearts, we pray and ask, God bless Anambra, God bless the shining light that we bear. We're the only ones to make her brighter, the only ones to make her better, the only ones to make Anambra shine. With our sweat and blood, every breath of our lives, with trust in God, we will lift our homeland high. We believe in togetherness, we'll build a land of progress. Lift the spirit of Anambra, lift the spirit of Anambra, lift the spirit of Anambra, states we love.
Governor Willie Obiano's recent investment tour of Austria is a remarkable case study on what a visionary leader can do to position his people for economic growth and competitiveness in the 21st century. The tour was conceived as the first strategic effort of the Obiano administration to take Anambra State investment gospel to Europe and the world. Indeed, after 4 successful years of building first-class infrastructure, creating a buoyant subnational economy and earning the reputation as Nigeria's safest state, Governor Obiano knew that it was time to market Anambra to the world. And there was no better place to begin that than the Business Forum in Vienna, Austria. The carefully planned and hugely successful Business Forum organized by the Nigeria-Austria Chamber of Commerce in Vienna, Austria, offered a veritable marketing window into Europe and the rest of the attentive world. So, when Governor Obiano mounted the stage to deliver the keynote address at the forum, he knew exactly what to do.
We have the largest retail market in West Africa, and with an economy of 3.8 trillion and a GDP per capita of $1,615. If Anambra were to be a country in Africa, Anambra will rank 17 out of 55 countries in Africa in terms of size. We have great tourism potential with Obaoku Caves and Waterfalls in Owore-Zugala and Obunike Cave in Obunike. Anambra is the 10th most populous state in Nigeria, with a population density of 860 per square kilometer. And in the past 4 years, we have been Nigeria's safest state. With these impressive fundamentals, my team and I had our work cut out for us when we assumed office 4 years ago. So we rolled out a comprehensive economic blueprint with very clear and measurable vision and mission statements. We declared that our vision is to be, for Anambra, is to be first choice investment destination and a hub for economic and commercial activity. I recall that I mentioned that Anambra is the home of Nollywood, a very enterprising economy for very creative youths. And we also have 14 enablers, which include security, education, health, environment, youth empowerment, children and women affairs, etc. The journey so far. When we assumed office in March 17, 2014, we knew that no matter how bright our ideas or how eloquent our rhetoric was, if we fail to tackle persistent challenge of insecurity in Anambra State, we'll be dead on arrival as an administration. So we designed a security architecture that helped us stamp out crime of all shades from Anambra State. We quickly mounted a subtle campaign that restored the confidence of the people in the ability of the government to play its role in securing lives and property in the state. The result was immediate growth on all key areas of development. Commercial activities began an immediate rise, socio-cultural activities revived on their own, and investors turned to Anambra as their preferred destination for new ventures. Consequently, we established the Anambra State Investment, Promotion and Protection Agency, ANSIPA. The agency swiftly became a one-stop shop investment powerhouse, offering first-class solutions to all investment inquiries and challenges. It signed 42 MOUs across various sectors in the state, valued at $5.4 billion US dollars, out of which $1.6 billion US dollars came from the indigents of the state alone. ANSIPA has also sealed a partnership for the construction of a $17 million bonded container terminal in Ozogbo, and we have applied to the federal government for concessionary rights on one of our busiest highways in Nigeria, Onitsha-Enugu Expressway. We have an inspiring story. Anyone who is familiar with the recent history of Anambra State would testify that out of a rocky mountain of despair, we have hewed out an admirable pathway for hope for our people. And I am optimistic that our trip to Austria shall add a sparkling new chapter to this evolving narrative of hope. Promise of Anambra. Anambra State is the best place to locate an industry in Nigeria today. The state has a clear logistical advantage because it has a crop of experienced suppliers and middlemen who can facilitate movement of goods across Africa. That is why logistics is the sixth pillar of our economic blueprint. We have the largest retail market in West Africa and the best network of roads in Nigeria. Anambra has a high literacy rate, a growing MSME sector, a stable political environment guaranteed by the sustainable vision of our great party, the All Progressive Grand Alliance, the ruling party in the state, and the national chairman is here. Sir, take a bow again. Ozompu Victor Oye.
Governor Obiano enjoys sharing the Anambra success story. So speaking under the title, Anambra State, an open door to Europe and the world, Obiano made a bold effort to introduce Anambra to European investors and others across the world. His speech was well received by the audience. The audience reaction was a sure proof that once again, Governor Obiano, who earned an MBA in marketing from the University of Lagos, has firmly positioned Anambra State in the mind of the audience as the preferred destination for investors in Africa. This was confirmed by the number of investors who approached him for further inquiries on the possibilities of investing in Anambra shortly after listening to his address. But that was not all there was to the day. Unknown to Governor Obiano, a pleasant surprise awaited him later in the evening at the gala night organized by the Nigerian embassy in Austria to round off the business forum. A group known as Nigerians in the Diaspora organization, NIDO, And the Anambra community in Austria used the opportunity of the gala night to give 2 awards to Governor Obiano. It was a clamorous night in which Obiano was reminded in unmistakable terms that Nigerians at home and in the diaspora are following his activities and that they appreciate his achievements.
Chief Willie Obiano, he was described by many as an unknown quantity as far as politics in the state is concerned. He struck a feat that is rare in politics by winning the nomination of party, the All Progressive Grand Alliance, Anambra, and subsequently winning the general election as governor in 2013 in acknowledgement of his valiant performance. He was re-elected in 2017 for a second term and subsequently inaugurated earlier this year. Chief Willie Obiano holds a BSc second-class upper division in accounts from University of Lagos, 1979, and an MBA in marketing, also from the same university. He is a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAM. Chief Willie Obiano was John F. Kennedy Essay winner, 1974, at CJC, and both Christ the King's College, and both a national merit certificate for outstanding service during his NYSC in Benue State, Nigeria, in 1979-1980 service year. Chief Willie Obiano is the president of AMP, that is, Advanced Management Program of Lagos Business School, for 10 years running. Chief Willie Obiano is also a 2006 PNB Building Innovator class member of Harvard Business School, Boston, USA, also Standard University. He is the patron of Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagos Island District, and National Youth Council of Nigeria, Anambra East Capital, a committed and, ladies and gentlemen, practicing Catholic.
In his acceptance speech, Governor Obiano had this to say.
I'm very delighted this night to be found worthy to receive this great honor. I want to thank Nigerians in Diaspora Organization for finding me worthy for this honor. I thank you immensely. In my 4 years plus as governor, this is my 25th award. 25th. And my 3rd international award. I treasure this immensely and I thank you. I want to seize this opportunity very quickly to thank the Austrian Chamber of Commerce for organizing the business forum early this morning. That was an excellent outing by yourselves, and I thank you immensely for that privilege to speak at that your August gathering. I will also want to seize this opportunity to especially, once more, very especially, thank Her Excellency, the Nigerian Ambassador to Austria, Mrs. Willie Obiano, for being an excellent host since I arrived. She worked tirelessly to ensure that my stay here is worth the while. So I will tell the Anambra when I get back that one of our own is flying the flag very high here. I'm going to dedicate this award to all the hardworking in Anambra and everywhere in the world. I urge all of you to keep the flag flying. We are the light of the nation. Ensure that you raise the torch high so that others can see.
After the gala night and the award ceremony, Governor Obiano's investment drive finally took off with a visit to Vine Energy in Vienna. Vine Energy is one of the biggest waste incinerating plants in Austria. Located in the heart of Vienna, the company converts the city's waste to energy and water. The CEO of the company, Mr. George Barrett, was on hand to receive Governor Obiano and his team in the premises of the company. Governor Obiano's tour of Vine Energy was intended to provide an insight into how the enormous waste that is generated in the three cities of Onitsha, Nnewi, and Awka could be put to good use in line with modern technological trends across the world. The governor and his team left Vine Energy with a clear belief that there is enormous wealth lying in the tons of waste that are generated every day in Anambra State. The governor's investment tour soon hit a long drive to the city of Graz, where the mayor, Mr. Siegfried Nagel, was waiting to receive him. After the exchange of pleasantries, it was straight to business as Governor Obiano probed for opportunities that will lead to a better Anambra State.
Only about 300,000 inhabitants. It's not much. I think in Africa also a small town from the size. We are lucky. We have a lot of industry. We have a lot of education, a lot of science, culture, and the whole history. We are also, I told Excellency last time, that we are also a human rights city, and we will get a human rights institute. It's called UTC, the UNESCO Training Center for Human Rights, and we will be responsible on the planet for Africa and for Southeastern Europe to discuss and to educate people with human rights.
The visit was considerably successful as both parties agreed to look at cultivating strong economic and educational ties in the near future. From the impressive office of the mayor of Graz, Governor Obiano and his team headed to the manufacturing plant of Magna International Incorporated, where most of the famous automobile brands we see in Nigeria today are manufactured. As governor of the only state in Nigeria where automobiles and auto spare parts are manufactured, Governor Obiano had a compelling reason to tour the offices of Magna International Incorporated to see what new developments might be useful for the burgeoning auto industry at home. Again, Wolfgang Zies, the executive director of the company, was on hand to welcome Obiano and his team. The tour of Magna Incorporated was an eye-opener of sorts as the governor and his team observed firsthand the entire production cycle of an automobile and the various provisions that must be in place for the establishment of a functional automobile manufacturing plant. While still in the city of Graz, the governor also visited AVL, the manufacturing giants who are renowned for heavy-duty machinery and complex auto engines. Once again, the CEO of the company, Mr. Gerolf Stormeyer, was on hand to welcome Governor Obiano and take the team on a brisk tour of the company. From the premises of AVL, Governor Obiano and his team headed to the offices of Energy Versorgung Magazin in Vienna, where the company's managing director, Mr. Werner Vernhoff was waiting to receive them.
For Nigeria, we can do a 3 megawatt plant for about 8 million euros. But don't forget, 3 megawatt only electricity. You get another 3.5 megawatt heat. It is extremely necessary for any bottling plant, for any brewery, for any carton, paper. Yeah? It's byproduct. Yeah? You get CO2, you get fertilizer. Yeah? And the whole fuel station is on top.
EVM is a highly reputed waste-to-energy company which has a sprawling complex in the outskirts of Vienna International Airport. Mr. Vernhoff took the team round the facility and offered deep insights into how the waste that is generated in Anambra State could be converted to electricity and gas.
They can produce everything by themselves. There's no need to get any energy into the music. And this is what we showcase here, and this is why we have received this award. We produce baseline electricity, we produce peak line electricity, we upgrade biogas into the gas grid, we operate fuel, and it's a closed circle production.
Is it what you want for us in Nigeria?
As an example, yes.
That's fantastic.
As an example.
We'll produce enough fuel because we have a lot of gapping.
Absolutely.
After a comprehensive tour of his plant, the CEO of EVM decided to take the governor and his team to the iconic bridge made with disposed plastic materials retrieved from the waste dumps across Vienna. The magnificent bridge runs across the famous Danube River to form a tourist attraction that draws city residents to it during recreational tours. As he walked on the solid floor of the bridge made entirely from disposed plastic, Governor Obiano realized that all the plastic bottles and containers and sachet water bags that clog the waterways and drainage in Anambra State could be converted to something that would be of great benefit to the Anambra. And what's more, following conversations with Mr. Vernhoff, EVM has indicated a strong interest in building some facilities in Anambra State that will convert the waste from all the garbage dumps across the state to electric energy and gas. Governor Obiano's investment tour of Austria ended with luxuriant petals of hope. Hope for a cleaner, stronger, and more prosperous Anambra State. The great French statesman Napoleon Bonaparte once said that a leader is a dealer in hope. With his recent investment drive to Austria, Governor Willie Obiano has once again demonstrated that his administration presents a great hope to the Anambra.